Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you another movie review. And this time we're going to be talking about Legacy of Lies, starring Scott Adkins and directed by Adrian Ball.
Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel.
Bloody Jacob for sexy, awesome, exclusive content.
Subscribe and watch my friend on his YouTube channel. He is kicking ass.
Fuck with me and my friend! I'm after my family! Get in!
That sounds like a warning.
It's an invitation.
Mwah.
And yeah, this is Scott Adkins' latest release, our favorite martial arts action star workhorse in the industry. And again, just so you guys know, I did just move, so still getting things set up and situated. It's a process, and I am recording entirely on my iPhone right now, which is actually better quality than my old webcam I was using for years. So until I get better equipment, I think this is better than that would be. And here's a peek at my setup, you know. Got my martial arts shelf right here, you know, kind of split up. You got a Schwarzenegger stack, you got a Jean-Claude Van Damme stack, you got a Stallone stack, you got a Scott Adkins stack, Dolph Lundgren, Jason Statham. Right behind him is Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal. You got a Mark Dacascos one, got a Jet Li one going, Michael Jai White. And then down here, you guys can't really see it, but this is more miscellaneous, like real world crime, film, action flicks, that kind of thing, or just sort of action in general. Anyway, I'll go into more detail about all that in a separate video once I just get a little bit more cleaned up. But yeah, I thought this would be a good backdrop to do my action reviews. When I do horror reviews, I'll do it on my horror shelf, which is over there. And TV, if you guys watch my Winona Earp review, it'll be over there. But yeah, Legacy of Lies. Pre-ordered this before it came out. And like I said, Scott Adkins. He, you know, there's still some really good action stars out there. You know, you got your Jason Stathams, and you know, some of our old favorites are still, you know, Jason Statham, Michael Jai White, others of course. But you still have some of our old favorites are still churning out films. You know, quality sort of varying, but I mean, you have Stallone doing some superb acting work. You have Dolph Lundgren, you know, even though his films may kind of vary with quality, you still have him turning out some. Jean-Claude Van Damme, meanwhile, has The Tower coming out at some point, along with that new Netflix series he just announced. Scott Adkins, he has been a constant for over a decade now, and I think overall, you know, alongside, you know, maybe like Jason Statham or something like that, is our all-around best modern-day martial arts action star. He has it all. You know, his acting ability has steadily gotten better and better. I actually think he can be quite a good actor at this point. I think that's how far he's come. He's the total package. He has that. He puts all the effort into the physicality, the skill of it. He seems like a genuinely good and humble dude too. So I can't really say enough good things about him. I mean, I have a little stack to him over there on the Boyka thing. I have almost all his starring films at this point, I think. And, you know, and I really did enjoy the Debt Collector sequel this year. And we're still supposed to get one, maybe two more films of Scott Adkins this year. You know, we got Seized coming out, and maybe Max Cloud as well. We'll see about that. Legacy of Lies I was anticipating quite a bit though, and you know it's been promoted as such. You know, sort of like a mishmash of like a Scott Adkins, Jason Bourne, combined with a little bit more martial arts kind of thing is the way it was marketed. And overall, unfortunately, I was honestly a little bit mixed on this movie, a lot more than I expected to. Honestly, a little bit disappointed and underwhelmed, which I hate saying after all the praises I just sang a minute ago. But that's not to undercut Scott Adkins necessarily. He does do a good job here from an acting department. I think it's probably one of his top 3, 4 best like actual acting performances. He is quite good here. Of course, he's great with the martial arts, but there isn't too much of that in this movie. And you know, and I know that's people's main gripe with it. There isn't really a whole lot of action or you know, hand-to-hand fight. You know, I don't necessarily need that. I don't need that, you know, like taking up the entire runtime. I mean, I've enjoyed some of you know, Jean-Claude Van Damme's, you know, more sort of dramas that happen to have martial arts and such. I think some of those have been more successful than you would think they would be. And things like that, I like seeing my martial arts favorites or just my favorite action stars, you know, being actors and, you know, like going for something a little more character driven. I think that's very good in showing them their you know, true talent. So it's not necessarily that, but it lacked the action, and the story they did go for was pretty generic. And although I did appreciate the arc and the themes they were instilling within Scott Adkins' character, and Martin Baxter, I just thought it was executed sometimes kind of plainly, or other times kind of mediocre. Which again is unfortunate to say. The movie isn't overly long. Let's see, like right here it says it's about 101 minutes. So like an hour 40, hour 41. But it feels, at the same time it's short, but it feels sort of, I don't know, just kind of rushed and jammed, or sort of like convoluted in ways. The actress that plays his daughter, don't have her name right now, but I thought she did an alright job, a little better than I expected her to be. Although at times, especially in the first like half, she is you know, a little bit irritating. That's just what you get with the majority of kid actors anyways. There are some really good ones though, and she didn't do too bad. And like I said, Scott Adkins did well. The villains though, I found to be instantly forgettable. Basically, it's like a combination of Jason Bourne and Taken, really. And I don't know, I didn't feel like the plot, the narrative had the sense of urgency that you would think it would either. And like I was trying to say, the villains were pretty unmemorable to me. I have a hard time thinking of them right now. You know, with this, they could make them like really vile, like really, you know, just I want that bitch to die. But that didn't really happen here. It's just sort of, it just continues, you know. Like I said, they do try to give a payoff to Scott Adkins' character. His character has a trauma in his past that was played on fairly well for like the first quarter, or at least the opening of the movie. But then, I don't know, it's just sort of there. And then the ending is unfortunately pretty anticlimactic as well, even though they try to make it sort of a moment. But I don't know, it just did not work for me. And it's unfortunate, but this is probably one of my least favorite Scott Adkins films. It is in ways made better than Abduction, but I think I would even watch Abduction again before this one. It is better than Legendary, I guess, but it depends what you're going for. Legendary is just awful. I don't know, this, you know, maybe I had too much expectations for this one, but I kind of wonder if this is one Scott Adkins maybe isn't absolutely crazy about, and maybe we'll hear him in a couple years saying how he wasn't exactly happy with it. like I sort of called like incoming, shit on one of his live videos. But this is better than incoming. I haven't watched that in full yet, but it's better than incoming. But again, it's a case of me wanting, I don't know, this is like a one-time watch for me. There's not really a whole lot to go back on and enjoy, unfortunately. So yeah, overall, Legacy of Lies is unfortunately a bit of a downer, a bit of a letdown for me. None of you guys thought about it. If I had to rate it, it's tough because, like I said, Scott was good in this movie. I'm not trying to take too much away from him. Although I wish someone would just give him a damn budget and put him in a bigger movie. Or, I don't know, sometimes I feel like Scott's had a slew of great movies lately, but there's this one that comes in once in a while that you kind of question him choosing. And this is one of those. So if I had to rate it, I'm giving it like a D+, so like a 67, 68%. None of you guys thought about it. You can tell me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Dramatic. Oh. TV. Huh. Maybe you'll see more of this.